welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Kamilla and here at Kamilla's Yoga I do yoga. Today I'm going to break down tree pose for you. One of the most common balancing poses. One of the first balancing poses usually introduced, at least standing on one leg in yoga. And it's easy to get a little bit confused. So I'm going to break it down and I'm going to give some tips and tools for some of the most common issues and struggles I meet in my students when facing this pose. So tree pose, we stand on one leg. We're going to come to standing. You can do this with me. We can come to standing on the right leg. Okay? But before we start lifting the left leg up, I would like you to draw the left leg in. Now already with the toes on the floor, we open the left knee. Because already now we have an opening, we have an open hip rotation in the left hip. So now when we are ready, we can start using the muscles in the left leg to lift the left foot off the ground. Now you may start off by just keeping your toes on the ground. Maybe the heel is coming in towards the right leg. And maybe you can start lifting your left leg towards your calf, the side of your calf muscle on your right leg. Now in the right leg, we are really active. I'm drawing my kneecap up, and in order to do that, I'm activating my quads. So my right leg is really active and I'm almost pulling myself up. I'm engaging my glutes on the right leg and I imagine having kind of like a line in the center of my body lifting me up. So I'm in that respect using my muscles to defy gravity, if you will, instead of just allowing gravity to just push me down. I'm lifting myself up. The left knee faces out and I'm quite actively sending the left leg out. Now if you will and are interested in coming further up into tree pose, you can either just use your muscles or take the left leg or the ankle with your left arm and placing it on the inside of your thigh. It's all the way up the upper part of your thigh. Now, the most common issue I see in my students is this. And then I hear, my leggings are too slippery, I can't hold it there. No, that's not it. That's not it. I can wear anything and still keep my leg up. I could switch pants with you and still keep my leg up because I'm using my leg to hold it there. What I'm doing, I press this heel into the thigh and then I press this thigh into the heel. It's almost as if I send my hip forward and actively sending the knee out. Because if I'm passive, this will happen to me too. And I'm not saying I'm better, I'm just saying I know the technique and I'm utilizing and using the technique. That's all. If I can do it, you can do it. So the trick is to really engage both legs and set. I don't know if you can see this, but now I'm quite passive in my legs. Not entirely passive because my leg would have fallen down. But see the difference in this knee when I'm passive and when I'm active. See, it goes back. And this is where I would like you to be. It doesn't particularly matter what it looks like. It more matters how you are doing it. Now, I would like you to feel the toes on your standing leg because they are pulling into the ground. This is a tool. You don't have to do it. You can lift them up, but it's going to be a little bit more challenging for you. But if you use them, you will better keep your balance. One thing I like to say to my students is that, and you're my student because you're here, is that even the trees sway in the wind. You don't have to be still. It's very unnatural to be still. And I'm going to show you this when standing on both my feet later. But even when you're standing on both legs, you're still moving. You just don't notice it because you do it all the time. So don't bother if you're moving slightly. I've been moving this whole time I'm standing here. I'm not losing my balance. I'm not falling. I'm balancing. I'm also balancing now. You know. So don't mind if your ankle and your foot and your leg and the rest of your body is slightly moving. You're still balancing and you're still doing great. Perfect. Now if you've been with me here the whole time, let's release, shake it up, and let's go over to the other side, and I will walk you through a couple more tricks and tips. So let's utilize what we learned. I draw the right leg in. On the floor, I open the knee, then I lift up. Now the ultimate goal, if you will, for the lack of a better word, would be to use the foot to come all the way up, but it requires some strength, and I haven't accessed that yet. So, we're back here. Now I'm active in my standing leg. I'm active in my bent leg. I use my foot and my toes, and I have that line through my body lifting up. Now let's talk about the arms. If I keep my arms out, it will be easier for me to balance because they will help me. The closer I have the arms to the body, the more challenging this position will be. I can move them up, move them down. You can put prayer behind your back. There's a lot of things you can do here. You can play with that when you start finding your balance. Let's talk about the gaze. I have a balancing flow either already on my channel or coming to my channel very soon, where we will explore this concept of the gaze further. When it's up, or if it's up, I will link it. So the gaze, the look, your eyes help you balance. What I recommend to my students when I'm in a classroom is look down at the floor in front of you, slightly, if I point, slightly like this, because you don't want to look down because you are shortening, you're shrinking your radius. Expand your radius by looking further away from you, but don't look at anything that is moving. Okay? Look at something that will stay still the whole time and stay there. And then as you improve and work on your balance and your balance grows and it expands and you know you've practiced it, then you can start moving the eyes. The trick is when you move it, choose kind of in your mind where you're going, and then when you go there, so let's say I start over here and then I'm going to look at you, I really look at that point. I don't let my eyes wander just like this. I kind of go like from A to B, from B to C, from C to D. I go really mindfully and with my drishti, with my focus to that point. So in a lot of classes, what we do is that we go from the floor and then we look straight and then we look up. Now the next step with the gaze comes, and that is closing your eyes. See how I'm moving right now? Still not loosening my balance, just moving. Still balancing and just moving. Now I'm going to look at you, and then I'm going to close my eyes for a second, and then I open it, and I open it straight at that point I was looking at. So if you're working on the floor, I look down, I close my eyes and I open it, and I find the exact same spot right away. And then we can practice closing the eyes longer and longer. And now that I have my eyes closed, I'm moving more. And then I open and I find that space. And then you can do the balancing flow with me with your eyes closed the entire time. It's really fun. So that's the eyes. Beautiful. And then if you've been here with me, we can release it. Whew. Shake it loose and calm down. Let's sit down. So that was me breaking down tree pose. A wonderful pose to do. And when you work on it, you will strengthen, oh my god, there's so much you will strengthen. You will strengthen your ankles, your legs. You can even like strengthen the inner muscles inside your core. So use it, work on it. Even if you stand in tree pose for a couple of seconds or minutes every day, you will see an improvement in your balance. It's a wonderful grounding pose and obviously balancing pose. The last thing I will say about balance is that when we balance physically, we call it outside the outer world. We're balancing what is, physical. That is a reflection of the balance or lack of it that we experience on the inside. Notice the difference when you balance when you are really calm, maybe after a yin yoga class or a shavasana or a spa day. And then you notice when you are late for work, or you are running around with the kids, or you have something else that is stressing you out, you have a deadline, and you experience the difference. So the outer physical balance will be a reflection of the inner balance that you're experiencing, and they can also go vice versa. So I hope this was useful. Please give me a thumbs up if you liked it, and leave a comment below if there was anything I missed, because that happens, that I missed something. If you have a different experience to me, I would love to know, because that's how we learn. And if you have additional tips that I didn't mention that you can share with the rest of us, we would love to hear from you. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. It helps me tremendously. And I hope I see you in one of my next videos.